What I'm up though, guys. As promised, it is your favorite auditor. Audit them, the one who encourages you to audit them. I'm not in my uniform, however, I do have my clipboard with me. So let's see how this goes. Hi, ma'am. What's your first name?
How can I help you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me what's your first name?
Who are you? How can I help you?
Okay. I want to know what your job title is to see if you're able to assist. If you're not willing to provide your first name, that's not
I can give you my first name, sir, but if somebody comes, they say, this is Village Hall, and I ask you, how can I help you? And you want to know my name. So what do you need my name for?
I'd like to know who I'm dealing with that's working for my building, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Margo Lipeka.
That's all I needed to know.
Okay.
I'd like to purchase 3 certified copies, oath of offices. That is correct.
Okay. Hold on, please.
So you guys see how it goes immediately. I am recording on my body cam as well. Let me take some booklets here, some business cards. So after further looking in here, I do not believe I've been here before. Don't think I came here before. Small little office. You know, a lot of these employees got that typical attitude. I simply asked her what's her first name, and she displayed what she illustrated. They got a camera up there as well. Here's all the stamps. Now let me see what they say when I do my FOIA requests, if they claim they don't have stamps. Pause. So it looks like she's talking to a police officer now. It looks like she's talking to a police officer, and they're back there copsplaining. Here comes some other dude. I simply asked her what's her first name. Then I asked her for 3 oaths of offices. So now she's talking to a police officer. Let's see what they come up here and start talking about. Guys, you should always get out here and audit them, man. Always. Look, there's a police. Like, they're sitting. Is it hard for them to take 3, 4, 5 minutes to sit there and you know, talk nonsense? Or just assist the requester in a legal gathering? Pause. The reason why I pause because I don't want no dead spaces, you know, no airspace in the video. I try to limit that as much as possible and just give you interactions from now on moving forward. I try my best to do that. All right.
Can I help you, sir?
Come again?
Can I help you?
With what?
You're here at the window. Do you need something?
What's your first name, sir?
My first name is Joe.
And your star number?
My star number is 55.
What's your job title?
Deputy Chief of Police.
Okay. Am I standing in the police station or city hall?
Well, we share the same building.
No, sir. I don't need your assistance.
Okay.
Thank you anyway.
All right. You were making the other woman a little bit uncomfortable.
How so?
I don't know. Maybe because you're recording her. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, if you don't have no idea, I don't know why you're even speaking about that behalf.
I do work for the village, though. If you need something, I could refer you to the right person.
No, sir. I know what business I need to conduct, and I don't need to speak to you at all, being a police officer.
Does it involve a red light photo camera?
Yeah, I have multiple
Okay, because that's handled through
that
the
I
police
need to...
department, actually.
Okay, well, sir, I don't need to speak with you. I simply asked the young lady there for her first name. If asking her for her first name makes her feel that way,
I don't know.
then you probably verify with her.
It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
don't mind dealing with you.
What doesn't make you uncomfortable?
You recording me or asking me for my name, it's totally fine with me.
Okay, it has nothing to do with comfort, sir. It has a lot to do with abiding by state statutes.
But as far as photo enforcement program, that's handled through the police department, so I probably could
Sir,
help you
I
with
never
that.
mentioned anything about photo enforcement program.
I see the letter on your clipboard over there.
Okay, well, you're assuming that there, sir. did the young lady relay what my request was?
No, she said you wouldn't tell her. She said you asked for her name.
She said I wouldn't tell her what I was here for.
Oh, I don't know. Is that what she said?
So no, that's what you're saying. So
No, she said that you made her uncomfortable because you were asking, you came in and asked her for her name,
okay.
and then you were recording her.
Well, if that makes her feel uncomfortable, sir, asking a government official what their first name is, she might have to be checked out medically. But sir, I'm asking you here respectfully, did she relay what my request was, what my official business was? She didn't. Okay. So why are we sitting here
I
wasting
have no
time
idea,
about
but I can
somebody's
probably help you myself. if you
wasting
want me
time
to.
about somebody's feelings? How about you call the young lady over here so she could explain to you what I requested, which was official business, so we can move on and
Okay.
carry on with these state statutes here.
Okay, I'm doing it. She might be on lunch right now, so I could try to get somebody else to help you.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Okay. Can I help you, ma'am?
Hey, Jennifer. Hey, how are you? I'm just gonna give her this. It's for Nancy.
Okay.
She's the interim library director.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
Wonderful.
I'm good.
She is, she might be
Can I
on
just
lunch.
leave this for her? We're not going to.
Still?
No.
Okay.
I just confirmed.
And cause this.
If I was sending.
Okay, how can I help you, sir?
Hi, ma'am. What's your first name again?
Margo, M-A-R-G-O.
Okay, sure. What's your name, sir?
This
I'm
is
Brett.
village manager.
I'm Brett, B-R-E-T-T,
Yeah. And what's your job title here?
village manager.
Village manager. Okay. Ma'am, I did ask you already what my official business was, what my request was. Do you recall?
No.
You don't? Okay. You were more, you cared more to get the police involved because you felt uncomfortable that I asked you what your
because I
first
never-
name
yes.
was.
No, because I never have, situation like this, so I was a little bit uncomfortable, so I go to my boss to ask what I supposed to
And
do.
who's your boss's name?
That would be
Okay.
me. What do you need?
So who's the one who phoned the? You see, it's more important to figure out what my business is instead of trying to do an intimidation tactic by calling the police to tell me that you're uncomfortable because I asked for your first name.
Okay? So how
Okay,
can I
ma'am.
help you, sir?
So now you need me to repeat what my business
please,
is.
if you can.
Sure.
Mhm.
Do you not recall what my request was originally?
Can you tell me what you want, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I'm going to have to file a complaint about you, ma'am, because you escalated the situation. Okay. You might not care about that. Anyhow, I'll repeat what my original
Okay.
request was, ma'am. I'd like to purchase 3 certified oath of offices, certified copies.
Oath of offices?
Yep, that is correct.
For who?
Okay. You're Brett, right? You're the village manager. You're not a sworn. You don't have an oath of office, do you?
I do, yes.
You do. So now it's 4. 1 for the village manager, 1 for the mayor, 1 for the city sworn clerk, and 1 of the police chief.
Okay.
I'd like to purchase certified copies. Okay, ma'am, you're creating a public record there. But what my request was, I'm purchasing 3 oath of offices.
Yeah, could may I ask why? Like, just so we can help you better with that?
So you want to ask why I want to purchase those copies so you
Yeah.
can help me better.
Yeah.
Well, how would you be helping me better knowing why I want to purchase 3 oath of
Yeah.
offices?
If you file a proper FOIA request, we can, just so we have the record.
What's a
of this.
FOIA request?
It's
Freedom of Information Act. We have a form
Okay.
for you.
Sir, I know what a FOIA is. I wanted to clarify that she knows what it is. What she's referencing
Yeah,
a
she's giving you
FOIA.
the form.
Clearly, she knows what a freedom of request is. However, certified copies do not require a filing for the freedom of information because I am purchasing them certified. I need them stamped. Each certified copy costs $1. So I need 4 copies. I have $5 here for 4 copies. And you asking why I want to purchase those,
Because
sir?
nobody ever asked us for this. Maybe because of this, I didn't
Well,
know.
ma'am, respectfully speaking, ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
I
Just
am not
because.
ignorant. I'm just telling you
No,
that
no,
the
I
first
never said you
person-
were. I never said you were.
Can
I
you
never
just-
said you were.
Yeah, can you hold on one second?
For what, sir? What are you going to
I
verify?
just have to check something.
I don't
Sure.
have, I don't have the
Hold on one
documents which you requested. If anybody has it, is a clerk. I don't have
Okay,
it.
ma'am. Well, there's no reason for you to escalate to ask the police that you're uncomfortable because I asked you for your first
No,
name.
because I don't know what is it. I
Remember
never saw it.
Just one thing.
Okay, so let's wait for another, okay?
Okay.
I don't have it. I think clerk's office has it, so let
Well,
me-
ma'am, if you don't have it, then we shouldn't even be speaking in that regard. We should be, complying with state statutes here. But, ma'am, again, why? Because, what did you feel that it's wrong for any member of the public to ask what your first name is?
Because mostly when people come, they tell what they want, and then you ask for my name. So I don't know if you want to introduce me to somebody. You're gonna put me on Facebook. I don't know what you want to do.
Okay, well, ma'am, if you don't know, you can simply ask. You don't
I
have
ask
to go.
you, why do you need my name? I ask you.
And I
And
told
he
you.
said, because you want my name. So
No,
this is
and
not
I
the
told you
answer.
I'd like to know who I'm talking to.
Yeah,
That's
we're
why I
gonna
asked.
wait for another because I don't have
Okay.
this kind of
Could you write down
information.
your name on a piece of paper for me?
No.
No? Okay.
So,
Do you have a business card?
Yes, I do.
Can I have that?
I have to ask my manager.
You have to ask your manager for a business card. All right.
Yes.
See, folks, what I'm talking about? Now let's see what this man says. And this is Brett.
Okay.
And for four, you need four.
I need what?
For four, different one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, 91, I don't know, but I will think four.
Yeah, we'll do.
So, who did you speak to, sir?
I spoke to one of my assistants. So can I have you fill out this form, because this FOIA request?
Okay.
Just because for a public record, we just want to make sure we go through the process and we're giving you the right information.
Well, sir, again, I stated that a certified copy does not require a FOIA request because I'm purchasing it certified. If I did want to obtain those records through a FOIA, I would not receive them as certified and they would be free. You sending me oath of offices through Freedom of Information would be no charge because they're 4 pages.
No, there is no charge.
There's no charge. However, I'm wanting to pay $4 so I could receive stamped certified copies.
Yeah, we just don't have a process for this exact, but we do have the FOIA request form. If you want to fill that out, we can give you what you're looking for.
Okay. Do you
And
recall,
I just want to make sure.
do you recall what I'm requesting?
Yeah.
When you say what you're looking for, what is
Yeah.
that I'm looking for?
well,
you mean
just
what
said-
records I'm wanting to obtain?
You just said you were asking for the oath of office.
Yep, that is correct. Do you have
Yeah.
those readily available?
No, we don't.
Oh, you
We
don't?
have to
Okay.
go look for those.
So I'll tell you what I
In our
do.
record system.
I'll tell you what I do. I'll go ahead and fill out these Freedom of Information. What's the first name of your FOIA officer?
Brian.
Okay. Brian Burseek?
Yes.
Okay, that's your assistant village manager.
Yes.
Okay. Is he presently available to speak to?
He's not.
No,
Not
okay.
at this time.
I also need to inquire about this right here, this photo enforcement program. Who do I have to inquire about that with?
That would be our police department.
Police department.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So you don't
Yeah.
have, the village hall doesn't deal with this here.
No, that goes through our police department.
okay.
They run the program.
That's fine. Do you, so, okay, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and fill out these. However, I also need to do an inspection on the general fund for 2020. In order for me to complete these FOIA acts, I need to obtain information from the general fund. I have multiple requests. One of the requests was the oath of offices, which I wanted to purchase certified. Did not require this, but I'll go ahead and fill this out for oath of office.
Yeah, it just
Yep.
puts in the request process.
Sure.
So you can properly answer
Okay.
your request on the record.
Well, it's not answer, sir. It's response. Respond. Anyhow, sir, I also need to do an inspection on the general fund
Right.
for 2020, it has to have the account numbers as well, because I'm going to be wanting to obtain records from within that book.
Yeah, if you want to put that, that would be a FOIA request.
No, sir, that book should be readily available. See, if I was to sit here and ask for your zoning and ordinance, does not require
It's on our website.
Well, sir, there's options to conduct business in person. You can't refer everybody to online. There's also...
If you just fill out a FOIA request form, we'll put that, just so we can have a record of it, we'll be able to provide you the documents that you're asking for.
Okay, well, sir, in order for me to complete this Freedom of Information request, I have to inspect and photocopy, digital photocopy, the general fund, which should be readily available. It does not require a FOIA request. If there is records that need to be gathered, that'll take 5 days to respond to. However, a book such as the general fund does not need to be looked for or gathered. It should be always readily available, immediately furnished. If you'd like me to pull the statute, I'd be more than happy to show you the state statute, where it shows that a book readily available shall be immediately furnished.
Are you asking, what are you asking for in terms of the general fund? Like, what are you looking for? What document are you looking for?
Yeah, the general fund for the year of 2020. It might be about 15, 20, 30 pages, somewhere around there. You mean what exact account number am I looking for?
Yeah, like, are you looking for something
Well,
specific? That way I understand what you're asking
Well,
for.
sir, if I was looking for something specific, the book being about 20 or 30 pages, it's as a matter of fact, it's unlawful for you to ask why I want to.
I'm not asking why.
Oh, you're
I just
asking
wanna
what
know,
specifically?
I want to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so what I'm talking about is the general fund for 2020 expenditures. Are you familiar with what that is?
We have our audit. Do you want
No,
the
not the audit, not the audit.
It's available online?
Yeah.
All this is available
It's-
online, right?
What's your name, badge, since
My
you
name is
engaged me?
Mike, 36.
Mike. Oh, you work for the fire
I
department.
am, I'm just a fireman. I was in a meeting with village managers. So
Okay.
Get back to the meeting.
You're a hero, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
The general fund, sir, I am currently at this second not wanting to view the one online. That's the reason why I came in person. I like to view the hard copy.
That's why I want you to fill out a FOIA request form.
Well,
that
sir-
way I can fully respond to your request with the proper documentation.
Well, sir,
Otherwise, I don't want to
again-
give you the wrong. I don't want to give you the
No,
wrong document.
It's not about wrong document, sir, because if you simply grab the document and placed it right here on the counter, I would confirm with you that it is the correct document. And
I
it's-
don't know what you're talking about. though.
Okay, so you are now let's analyze this here. You said your name was Brett, and you're the village manager. You're the village manager and comptroller, and what you just told me is that you don't know what a general fund is.
I didn't say that. I said I don't know what document you're looking for.
Again, sir,
Sorry.
you're the comptroller. You're the one who handles finance. Okay?
Yes.
What I'm wanting to inspect, sir, is the general fund for the year of 2020 with the accounts.
So I have an audit.
Show me the audit, and that may be the records that may be the information that I'm seeking.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. So that's the comptroller, and he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, let me fill these out on the back. See, I'm not following these instructions here. I'm filling out a blank piece of paper on the back. Let me pause this.
I'll let you look at this, but this is my copy.
Okay.
We do post audits on our website, and if you want to have an audit specifically sent to you, then we'll have you go through the FOIA request process. That's
Okay.
what we're gonna do.
I know
This
this.
is for your inspection.
Yeah, this belongs to the town hall. I may only inspect it on this counter here. I am aware of that, sir. Just by opening the book real quick, you being the comptroller, sir, roughly what page would show the account numbers? Because I don't see the account numbers here.
Yeah, it's just what this.
Okay, so it's not the audit that I'm wanting to inspect, sir.
This is for 2020.
Yep, it's very similar. It would have it's the general fund, sir. It'll say the administration with the account numbers. Are you familiar what book I'm referring to?
Yeah, can I look at this real quick?
Yep.
All right.
So you want to inspect every single account?
Right, that is correct. What's your
Well,
first name, sir?
My name is Mitchell. I'm the interim planning and zoning coordinator, but
Okay.
I used to be the FOIA officer here.
Oh, good.
Here's the detail of the general.
Yeah, but it does not have account numbers.
Yeah, I don't.
In order for me to complete my FOIA request, sir, I need to view the account numbers.
Well, how can I help you?
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to submit a FOIA request,
Well,
that's all.
It
No,
would
sir.
Probably, it
You
would
you
prob-
being a you being a former FOIA officer with a completed yearly training certificate
To get a-
should know that books
certificate.
records readily available shall be furnished immediately. It does not require.
if that's what you request, but
Yep.
I also know
is it?
that
Are
the
you
village,
making
for
sure?
example,
Yeah.
doesn't have
Okay, when did you buy
to
this car?
answer
On
all
the 24th.
requests.
Yeah, so if you
No,
wanna
sir,
provide
it's not
the
about
date
answering
purpose,
requests or
I
not.
can
That
Well,
should
you're
be in
asking-
writing.
You are
If
asking for a
not, I
public
have to
record.
sell you for fraud.
Yep,
I just got
but
the
that
dates.
public
Yeah, I
record that I'm
understand, but
asking
then we
for
have to-
shall
we
be
have to see when this is
furnished
going to
immediately.
And here it is.
Christmas.
No, but it does not have the account numbers. This
Well,
is
it might. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I haven't looked through the audit in
Okay.
a while.
This
It's
is
been a
this
while.
is the audit, sir. This is not what I'm wanting to inspect.
Actually,
And what
I wanna
exactly are you
transfer
wanting
for
to
another.
inspect?
What I'm wanting to inspect is probably about 20 pages, 30
Okay.
pages.
Yeah, I got my vehicles here.
Maybe less than that. It's got a staple on it, and it's got about
Yes.
10, 15, 20, 30 pages max.
If you could tell us exactly
Okay.
the actual form that you're looking
Okay,
for.
let's use other words. Fiscal year. CAFR.
Yeah, this is
This is the
annual-
CAFR, right? This is the
Correct.
CAFR. Okay, for the fiscal year. Now, where's your records with the account numbers? What do you reference those to? What do you call those? The expenditures with account numbers.
I mean, it's probably in here.
No, sir, I don't see the account numbers.
Well, you
in
haven't
here.
looked through every page.
Well, sir, general fund is usually just the general fund with the account numbers. Police spent this much amount of money on vehicles. Administration used this much amount of money on printing. And so on and so forth. Zoning spent this much on code enforcement. That's what I'm wanting to inspect.
Yeah, and that's why we're urging you to fill out the FOIA request form.
Well,
so
sir,
that way we
again,
can
according
gather
to
the
state statutes, that's
documentation.
not required.
This is all we have for inspection
Yeah, I mean,
at this
you
time.
can look through this.
So
We're not stopping you.
Sir,
from
it's
looking
not
through
about
it.
looking through this or not.
Well,
let's say this right here. Let's say the copy machine, right? The copy machine in the year of 2020, the actual money spent was 2,300, right? Okay. So how do I get those receipts there without having the account number? Should I just narrow the search down to this page and that description?
If you'd like, I can look on our website to see if there's another form that I'm forgetting.
Sure. I'll be
but-
waiting here momentarily. Meanwhile, I'll be filling out these FOIAs here.
Sure thing.
yeah, and I would fill out one for what you're looking for in terms of financial.
No,
records.
sir. According to state statutes, that is not required with
This is all
records.
we have for inspection at this time.
Okay, sir. When you say this time, what do you mean by this time,
This is what we have right now.
sir?
We don't have any other. We don't have a record other than this of what our actual expenses were. This is
So
the
where's all
audit.
your account numbers?
The account numbers are in our budget.
They're not in your budget?
They are in our budget.
Okay, where? Can you
This
show
is
me?
not our budget.
This is not our
Oh,
budget.
then
This
I need
is-
to see the budget.
Okay.
Okay. So we were all playing this fairy tale
Well, you
here,
asked
just
for
about a simple word.
No,
You
but
asked for a
asked
CAFR.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
asked for
but when I
actual
said account
expenses.
numbers many times, you guys put emphasis on that word.
No, you mentioned
Okay.
expenses, actual
Anyhow-
expenses for the year end 20.
Sure. You know, sometimes it may say CAFR.
Yeah, I know. Certified annual financial
Yep.
report.
Uh,
I know what a
certified. Okay. Anyhow, the what do you call it? What was the word that you just said?
Are you
The
gonna
CAFR, certified annual.
No, the other book with the account numbers.
You want to see the budget?
The budget,
It's
that
the
is
old
correct.
Okay.
Because the budget has the
I don't
account
longer have
numbers.
that.
See, it wasn't so hard, guys. It's about like transparency and accountability.
Totally.
Okay, this guy over here, he wants to inspect this
Then why
book.
didn't
Hand it
you-
to
Why
him.
didn't you say the budget? Then we know what you're talking about. You said actual expenses.
That's good enough, sir. And then I said many times, I said account numbers, and then that rang a bell to you guys. You guys knew exactly what I was referencing, so we could have just gathered that book there for inspection. Anyhow, I'll be waiting momentarily while I file these.
Well, I want a FOIA request form filled out. I want for what
Yeah,
you're looking
I
for.
am filling out FOIA requests for other records. However, in order for me to complete these FOIA requests here, sir, I need to view that budget book in order for me to obtain records from within, let's say, for example, account number 97944. These are the records, you know.
You have a copy.
It's on our website. I don't have a copy in my office. I've looked at it on our website every time I've needed it. It takes about 30 seconds to find it.
Okay, if you're able to find it and it's within 50 pages, I ask that you print it out for me, sir, so I could inspect it. I really like to look at the actual hard copy, whoever maintains that
Do you have a
record.
hard copy?
I don't. I usually go onto our website.
Okay.
Okay,
And
sir,
again,
in
if you'd like it
in
printed-
instances where you need to reference a hard copy, what is it? What is the reason why you don't have a hard copy?
I look at electronic.
Electronic, okay. If it's within 50 pages, sir, I'll be waiting momentarily for you to print it out. As you know, the first 50 pages are free.
I understand.
I don't want you to
Via
print
the
out.
Illinois FOIA,
Via the
Yeah.
FOIA Act.
Right.
which we are not required to answer a FOIA via an oral request.
Oh, no, sir. In instances for an oral request, a public body may honor an oral request.
Or may not.
Okay, what is the
It's-
reason?
it's at our
so,
discretion.
hang on a second. What is the reason why you choose not to honor
Well,
that for?
I'm not choosing.
Yeah.
I'm not the FOIA officer.
Yeah.
I am a FOIA, or former FOIA
Okay,
officer.
so then again, the book being readily available, I should not have the option for you to even go online and print out the 50 pages. That book should be readily available
The other
with the
part is-
instructor's notes.
We'll print it out. Are
The
you,
other
are you
part is
looking
under
for the
other part is under
2022
your
fiscal
name.
year end 2022?
2020.
2020.
Yep.
Okay.
And which pages are you specifically? Just the first 50 pages? Is that all you need?
It may be under 50 pages.
Okay.
It may be under 50 pages.
And if it isn't, would you just like the first 50?
First 50 pages, yep. I tell you what, here, 51 pages, so I could give you 10 cents for the 51 page.
Let me see how long it is.
Sure.
And I can get back.
And there they go. They got another officer over there in the back,
EJS.
chewing gum and walking around.
Yeah.
Okay, let me finish filling these out right here. Unbelievable. Like, we gotta sit in a circle playing patty cake while they know exactly what book I'm referencing. Okay. Well, thank God we had a former FOI officer here. Let me follow these guys. Pause for a second. Body cameras always stay spinning.
The document.
Okay.
But
Okay.
again, since I'm not a certified FOIA officer, I can't answer your request. It's actually, we only have one certified FOIA officer in the office.
So now we got to take it step by step. I'd like to inspect the hard copy ordinances and zoning books. Let's see what you say about that.
Which ones?
Most current. See, it's like I have a checklist wanting to inspect every book readily available.
You know why?
And again, if you'd
Because
like
it was
to
in your
inspect
file.
a public
And then
record,
because
we need you to fill out a
I
FOIA
displayed it
request.
only
No,
applied
sir, it does not
in the
require a
application.
FOIA with, unless the records need to be gathered. The records don't have to be gathered. Let's say, for example, you have to go through a file. Let's say, for example, I obtain your last 50 reports. Let's say I'm investigating you as an employee,
Okay.
which any person has the ability to do so. So that needs to be gathered and checked for any redactions. Okay. A general fund or a budget does not have any redactions.
But
That's
it's
readily
still,
available.
But it's still a public record.
Okay, anyhow, zoning and ordinances, and I will show you that statute which verifies that what you're speaking is unlawful. Okay, because these records need to be furnished immediately. Okay, upon request, and it does not require a FOIA request. So meanwhile, while I provide that statute to you, I'd ask that you show me the ordinances and zoning book for the most current one, because I need to obtain information from within that book as well. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the statute here.
Fill out a request and we'll respond.
Well, sir, again, I'm going to show you the statute does not require a request for books readily available.
It's a simple thing. If you fill out a request,
Sir,
we'll know
it's a
how to
simple thing
respond.
for you to comply,
We'll
okay?
know how to respond. That's all we have to say at this point.
Sir,
I'm not trying to hide anything, but we just want to
it
make sure
sounds
we're
like you're
responding to the
hiding
request.
something, sir. When you simply
No.
told me that you don't have an actual copy, you are the controller of the city. and you don't have a hard copy with your notes on it, that's what I really want to inspect. Okay?
$24.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I think it was 3 point.
All right.
Have a good day.
Here we go.
Have your calendar if you want.
Oh, I got one already. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Freedom of Information Officers shall develop, this is also what I'm asking for here. Freedom of Information Officers shall develop a list of documents or categories of records that the public body shall immediately disclose upon request.
On request.
Yeah,
And
on request.
I would also note that
We're not the FOIA officer.
neither of
though.
us are freedom of information.
Okay, well,
officers.
it's not an excuse for your FOIA officer to be out of the day, off the day, to use that as an excuse of non-compliance.
Well, I don't
He'll
know.
be back.
Yeah, I mean, he was here earlier. I'm not sure where he is now.
What time does the city hall close?
5 o'clock.
Do you have a chair where I could sit here, fill out my paperwork, and wait?
Not that I
You can do whatever you want. You want to fill that out? Let's do that. and then
do you have Brian
we'll be back.
Bursick's business card?
He has his.
There's the business
card.
cards
It's up
there. But anyhow, sir, shall disclose upon request. So,
Upon request. So
Yep.
here's the form.
no,
You can fill that
sir,
out and submit it to us.
sir, again, it does not require a written
It's-
request.
But it's
But that's what we're asking you to do. So
Well, sir, that's what this corporation, members of this corporation are asking. Okay, municipal corporation, that does not supersede state statutes.
well.
I mean, so,
So, but if you're
why are you giving me a hard
if
time
you're
about showing
referring-
me a book readily
so
available?
if it's noting that
what-
the freedom of information officer will do this, again, that would presume that it's connotating back to the
No,
FOIA,
sir,
to the
it's,
Illinois FOIA,
who-
which allows municipalities to deny
your
oral
FOIA
requests.
your FOIA officer is not in possession of the zoning and ordinances book.
I don't know what he's in possession of.
No,
I'm not the
I
FOIA
know
officer.
you are in possession of that book because you work for zoning.
Mhm.
So that's what I like to also inspect.
just fill out
If
the
you
form.
fill out a
That way
form-
we have a
Again,
record of it.
the-
and we
the
know what you
Illinois-
want.
the
Sir,
Illinois FOIA.
I'm be more than happy to fill out the form. However, in order for me to complete these forms, I have to inspect the books that I'm wanting to inspect.
Well, fill out those forms first, and then.
Well, sir, there's no way for me to complete these forms without inspecting those books there.
But can I see the form?
Sure.
But you can ask to inspect the records.
Sir, all this what you see on this page, there's no requirement for a standard form.
I
You
understand.
know about that.
Oh, of course.
So that means
But
this form means nothing.
the Illinois FOIA, which is a state statute, correct,
Okay.
does not require public bodies to abide by an oral request. We can require you fill out either a written or an emailed request.
Sir, what would be the reason why you choose not to honor an oral request?
I don't believe the Illinois.
We want a record of what you want written, because we keep records of that, so we know what you want, and we know how to respond to your request appropriately.
Well, sir, it's
within
not
the
about
law.
what you want or not want. It's about what am I wanting to inspect, and you know what I'm
Just
wanting
fill it
to
out.
But
inspect.
again,
form and
the state the Illinois FOIA, the state statute does not require us to fulfill an oral request, which is what you're asking for. You're orally asking us to find something, which the Illinois FOIA states we do not have to comply with. We can ask that you've submitted in writing. It doesn't have to be
Sir,
on
those
the
are only for records pertaining to 5 days of gathering records. Those are not for records that shall be immediately furnished. What I'm asking is for records that shall be immediately furnished. Has nothing to do with an oral request.
Well, regardless, you can take that up with our FOIA officer.
Okay, again, if you could accommodate me with a chair here, I'll
There are
wait.
chairs
we-
upstairs.
Yeah, you could wait upstairs.
What's
if you
upstairs?
want. It's our board.
It's our boardroom. We don't have
Okay.
chairs down here.
How soon do you believe your FOIA officer will be presently available?
I haven't seen him.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
So you saying your FOIA officer is not here?
Mhm.
Who's gonna go ahead and accept these FOIA requests?
What do you mean?
So I'm gonna file these FOIA requests.
She'll
Uh-huh.
stamp it. she'll stamp the date.
And
the
he'll have
time,
5
and
business
he'll
days.
yeah,
Well, that's
we
what I
have
need
5
there,
business
but
days to respond.
I'm just bringing up a point that it does not always require your FOIA officer. Any employee working during business hours may accept a FOIA request.
Right, but
We
if
may accept it,
At the
but
same
we can't
time-
answer it.
no, if
No.
you're asking for a public
I'm not-
record,
sir.
this is our standard procedure.
FOIA is not about answering and asking questions. It's about
No,
obtaining
it's
and
about
inspecting
it's
records.
about supplying public records,
Right,
which
Okay.
is what you're asking for.
Sir, again,
right. And they are on our website, the zoning code is on our website.
sir, if I tell you one
Um,
thing, and I'll tell you right now,
Budget is on the
if I
website.
choose that I don't want to use online,
Of course
I
you
don't
don't
have
have
to
to.
use
We're
online.
not saying you have
We're not
to.
saying you
Yeah.
have to, but we want you to go through a process here
Okay.
that
I think the
Well,
only
let us
reason
give
we're
you the record.
I think
I'm
the
not
only-
saying that, it's not that I'm saying that either I have access or don't have access to the internet. That has nothing to do with it.
Of
I'm
course
not
not.
going to confirm nor deny. However, that's not what it's about here. It's about there's something shady going on in this town hall between you folks because you're unwilling to show me a book readily available. I mean, within the if you guys believe that a book readily available takes 5 days to gather, that's on the desk, right? It's somewhere there. It's somewhere in the office. It's sitting readily available.
I
That
just
means you
wanna be
guys,
clear,
from
I
what
wanna
I
have it in writing what you're asking for.
no,
Which we are
if you
legally
want to
allowed
be
to do.
clear of what I'm having in writing, so if you let's use your logic. If you want to be clear of what I'm asking for, which you already are clear, I'm asking for the budget. You are clear of what I'm asking
I
for.
want it for the record.
Since you want it for the record, sir, I'll write it down for you. And if
want it on our
okay,
just
if I write
put
it
on
down
our
here,
form,
if I
I'll
write
put it-
if I write it down on the blank page here, would you provide it for me immediately, or do I have to wait 5 days?
We'll put it through our FOIA.
Yeah, I mean,
It
he
may
and
not-
I-
I'm not the response person.
He and
so-
I aren't actually allowed to respond.
Sir,
to
you're
FOIA
the
requests.
village manager. You're the assistant village
Right,
manager
but
with
we
the
have a
intelligence.
we have a FOIA officer who
We're
will
not-
do that response.
You're the
for you.
comptroller,
We're
sir.
not certified to answer FOIA requests.
Sir, it's not about certified or not. It's about
It
the
absolutely.
book shall
is.
be immediately.
We've told you what you needed to do.
Disclose
if you wanna
upon
fill that
request.
out and wait wherever you want to wait. When he gets back, I'll let him know that you stopped by.
Well, what
And
I'll do
that's
here
what
is
we'll
I'll mark
do
it
for
down
you
as
at
non.
this
I'll
point.
mark it down here as non-compliant.
All right. You can take it up with Brian Bursick.
So I have 5 total requests here, ma'am. Are you able to call Mr. Brett, village manager here?
Yes, sure. Do you want me to stamp it? And
No, but I
copy?
have to show him something.
We have FOIA officer come in the office. Manager is on the meeting, so he doesn't want to be bothered.
Is that the FOIA officer?
Yes.
Okay, good.
This is gentleman who requested some information,
Okay.
and then Brett asked him to put request on the FOIA.
Hello,
Yeah.
hi, sir. May I ask what your first name is?
Brian?
Oh, Brian. Okay. You are the assistant village manager,
Right.
my man. And you do have a completed FOIA training certificate.
Yep.
Okay. Sir, I need to inspect. The first thing I wanted to purchase 4 certified oath of offices for mayor, village manager, clerk, and police chief.
Not sure if we have a sworn oath of office thing for that, but I can look for it.
Okay, anyhow, in order for me to complete these forms, sir, I needed to inspect the general fund, which is the expenditures for the year of 2020. You knowing that book being readily available shall be furnished immediately.
I'm not aware of that. I know we have it online.
Okay, sir, you also have a hard copy. Not everybody wants to use online.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, using online is keeping the people away from transparency.
Yeah, I don't think that putting it online for anybody to look at whenever they want is not transparent.
Okay,
it's the
well,
opposite.
sir, the reason why I want to look at the actual hard copy, because I want to see the finance director's notations on there as well. That stuff does not show online. That can only be viewed in person.
Well, you'd have to submit a FOIA request for us to take a look at that. That's what I'd recommend you do there.
Okay, well, sir, it does not require a FOIA request in order to view a book or in order to view records that shall be furnished immediately. Presumption all records in the custody of or possession of a public body are presumed to be open to inspection or copying.
That's what the FOIA Act is part of. That's what they're referring to.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
open to inspection and copying when you make a proper request and give us time to get the material.
No, sir, because it also says here. It also says here. Okay. Freedom of Information officers shall develop a list of documents or categories of records that the public body shall immediately disclose upon request.
Yes.
Can I see that?
I have a copy of it.
Sure, let me see a copy of that. Here, we're just getting started here. Pause this. And by the way, I filled out these FOIAs. Look at this one, how cute this one is. All emails sent and received, excuse my handwriting, guys. I could write sloppy or clean. All emails sent or received by Brett, that's the administrator or the controller, on December 27th. I like to inspect records in person in the same format they were created. I do not ask to view printed copies, as this employee refused to allow member of the public to inspect records readily available. And I got the other request here.
I think somebody else has it right now. I need to track it down, but I do have a copy of the records that we have in our possession, the types of records. But I can copy it out. I can print it out for you if you prefer to have a.
Okay. I'll wait here momentarily. See, he has to print it out. I mean, there's no win. Here clearly what it says. Freedom of Information officers. Each public body shall designate one or more. Okay, here, skip that. Freedom of Information officers shall develop a list of documents or categories of records that the public body shall immediately disclose upon request. Pause.
This is what we use to the list of records.
Okay, so you just printed this out now.
Yeah, we have it. We've had it for 13 years.
13 years, okay. So this is basically a list of records that should be furnished immediately, is that correct? Or,
Yeah, it's a
as
list
a
of
matter of
records.
fact, public body immediately disclose upon request.
Yeah, we do not have any. I mean, this is a list of records that we have. Some of them would be available upon request, but most of them require a FOIA request.
Okay, well, sir, this clearly says here, shall develop a list or categories of records that the public body shall immediately disclose upon request. So I believe that within this packet here, one of the records that should be immediately disclosed is the general fund, which is the expenditures for 2020.
That's all the audits for the last 10 years and all the budgets for the last 10 years are online.
Well, sir, regardless whether they be online, immediately upon request, if I'm online, I can't immediately request that.
Yes, you can. You can simply
Okay,
click on the
yes, I
request and
can.
download it.
Yes, I also can request that in person, and that's why I'm here. So is there a specific reason why they don't want to have some transparency and show me the
Well,
actual...
I hard to believe you think it's not transparent to have it online.
Well, sir, it differs. The one in person differs from the one online.
Well, based on what? You said you haven't seen the other one in person.
Well, that's why I need to compare. It may be the same, but the only way I would know if I view the one online and or view the one in person. However, I'd like to view the one in person. Because what I could do, sir, I can request a chair here to sit here. I could sit down leg on leg like this, and I could go through this entire packet of information with the checklist and say, okay, I want to view this, I want to view that, I want to view this, I want to view that. By the time you know it, I'll be here for the next 8 hours reviewing every book that shall immediately be disclosed upon request. But I don't want to view all these other things. My main purpose of completing this FOIA request is to view the account numbers in the general fund, which is the budget, it's called the budget. So I could write down the account numbers here. Please provide me records of account number 974478, whatever. And I'll narrow the search down on page 94, administrative side. That's
Like I said, the budget is available online.
Well,
The
sir,
audit's
what would be your
available
next say-so if I was to tell, I'm not going to confirm or deny, however, if I told you I don't have internet access, what would be your next say-so?
Well, then you can indicate that, and you need to attest
Sir,
to that.
that doesn't need to be indicated. That shall be immediately disclosed upon request.
It doesn't say what documents, it just says that we shall.
Well, here's a list of your documents here. Are you saying that if I scroll through these pages, I will not find a zoning and ordinance in here and or general fund?
Well, the budget would be in there, but that's not a list of all documents.
The budget is in here.
I believe so.
Okay, well, that's what I'd like to inspect, sir. I mean,
Like I said, it's not available online.
well, sir, I'd like to look at the hard copy. I don't like to look at the one online. I'd like to look at the hard copy.
So there isn't
And
really-
as a matter of
there isn't
fact,
really
here
a
it
hard
is.
copy. There's
So
one
here
budget.
it is to show everybody that's viewing this how there's something that's unlawful going on here. You just provided me with the information of records that shall immediately be disclosed
No, I said
upon
I could provide
request.
you a list of documents that we
Right.
contain.
And within the packet of the list that shall immediately be disclosed upon request is the budget. There it is, folks. So I'm not wrong. What these people are doing here is they're not being transparent. There's something going on. There's something going on here.
There's no different budget from what's online. The budget is the budget.
Well, sir, I'd like to look at the hard. Okay,
There is
so
a hard
moving
copy.
forward, how many pages are these?
It's 44 pages.
44 pages. So I'm at 6 pages left before I have to pay 10 cents a page. I'm at 6
15
pages,
cents a page.
15 cents a page. I'm at 6 pages next.
Mhm.
So I'd like you to provide me with the first 6 pages of this budget. Matter of fact, 7 pages, so I could pay you 15 cents of the budget.
I don't know why you'd want that when it's available online.
Sir, again, I'd like to have printed copies. I'd rather focus on hard copy pages for 10 hours examining pages than focus on a bright computer screen for 10 hours. I'd rather look at
You
hard
can
copy
print it out.
pages.
You can print it out when you
Well,
download it
sir,
online.
that's you assuming that there's printers available, okay? We shouldn't even be talking in these circles, sir. We should be abiding by state statutes. Okay, this man over here behind the counter wants the budget book. Here you go, sir. Be on your way. It's simple. I mean, we're escalating this into non-compliant, which is, it's not fair, sir. Here is the statutes and the laws right you viewing them.
Look, I'm happy to respond to a FOIA request in the time frame that's allotted.
Sir, okay. Here's what I'd like to immediately disclose upon request. I'd like to look at the budget, and I'd like to look at this building, ground, street, and utility maintenance records. Is that online?
No.
No. So that's why I'd like to view it. There's no excuse for you to send me online now, when this shall be furnished immediately.
No, it doesn't say that it should be furnished.
Okay, it says immediately
It says-
disclosed upon
It
request.
says The FOIA officer under this act shall develop a list of documents or categories of documents that can be, the public body shall be immediately disclosed.
Right.
This is not all immediately disclosed. Some of these I can immediately disclose, but most of them will require FOIA request.
Sir, this is a record, this is a list of documents or categories. So you're saying this is not immediately disclosed upon request, but budgets is?
Yeah, because the budget is a public document that involves the spending of public money. So of course we
Okay,
wanna
sure.
make that available to
Well,
people
that's
online.
the one I'd like to view, sir. Hard
No, it
copy.
said it's available online. I have a hard time believing you don't have a computer. Or-
Sir, it's not, I never confirmed nor denied. I never lied to you. Okay, what I'm telling you is
But you
I'd
do have a
like,
computer at home and then the ability
sir,
to-
I'm not going to confirm nor deny because I don't want to lie to you.
Mhm.
However,
Well, you are required to tell the truth about that issue. You can't just.
No, I'm not required to talk to you about anything. I could lie to you all day long. However, that's not I'm not that type. I don't sit here and talk about things that don't need to be talked about.
Well, it's not transparent if you're withholding the fact that you.
Sir, I don't have a code of ethics. I don't have to be transparent. I could be a whatever you want me to be. However, we're not going to sit here and talk in circles, sir. I am abiding by state statutes, and I wish you as a corporation member would abide by the state statutes as well. I need to view the budget hard copy in order for me to finalize these FOIA forms. You did bring me a list of categories.
We
It
don't
does
have a hard
show.
copy of the budget sitting around anymore. You put it
Okay, well,
online
could you
on
go
the
ahead and
computer.
print out the first 50 pages?
You want to pay the 44 pages of the 43 pages?
The budget book might be about 20, 30, 35, 15
About 100
pages.
and some.
It's about 100. Okay. Well, in that case, this is 44 pages. You're not charging me for it. But this is separate. This has nothing to do with the first 50 pages. Because this should have already been prepared for me to inspect. You printed this on your own will. However, are you able to print me the budget, the one that you're saying is online, first 50 pages of it? I'll be waiting here momentarily.
Well, I think we're going to have to discuss with our attorney as to whether or not.
Sure, I'll be sitting here momentarily waiting. What's your attorney's name so I could begin an investigation on your attorney?
It's not going to be. I'm not going to be providing the name of the village attorney at this point.
Okay, if you don't want to provide the Esquire's name, that's fine. That would show later. However, it's not an Esquire who makes these
Have you
decisions, sir.
indicated your contact info on here?
No, sir, none of that is required. I'm coming back in person to view all these records. I'm not putting no information on there. I'll be coming back here conducting investigations from now on in compliance with state statutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, then you've got my card. You can check in when the records.
Well, sir, you said you wanted, one second, sir, I'm not ready with these. You said you wanted to inform your attorney. How soon should I wait here for you to
I don't know if I'll
talk?
be able to talk to him today or not, but we have 5 business days until we're required
So
to
you see-
respond, and then
you
we can
see what-
request an additional 5 if we need it.
Well, if you need an additional extension, I only grant you one extension, I'm letting you know.
That's not your decision. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is the requester's decision, sir.
No, it is
You
not.
you need permission from the requester in order to grant you one extension
No,
or
you do
more
not.
than one extension.
No, you do not.
Absolutely, you do, sir, and I could show you the statute here. However, we're discussing this. Now that you're on camera here, what you're telling me is that you're not going to be providing the budget book when it clearly says in the state statutes and in
It
your
doesn't say that the budget book.
amendment, it says records that the public body shall immediately disclose upon request. So I'm asking to inspect the budget book, which shall immediately be disclosed upon
That's not one of
request,
the
and you're
budget books that
refusing.
are documents that we've designated to be available for immediate disclosure. So
Sir,
it's online, so we don't feel the need.
Sir, not everybody uses online. Okay, that can't be an excuse to derail everybody from investigating
No,
this
they
corporation.
indicate that on the record that they are not have a computer at home and cannot access the internet. Then we can provide a
Well,
hard copy.
Well, here's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and mark it down as a non-compliant.
Okay.
Okay.
You feel you should.
Okay. So let me read to you my FOIA requests. Again, I never lied to you, even though I could sit here.
I don't want you to read it to me because I need to have a hard copy.
Right. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, even though I could lie to you all day long, but you can't lie to the people. There's a difference here. Okay. FOIA requests, my handwriting, okay. All employees sign dated oath of offices, village manager, mayor, clerk, and police chief. Let's say from 2008 to 2021, because oath of office may be taken in 2013. Last 100 FOIA requests received include all responses and determinations. There's going to come a time in the near future when I'm going to want to inspect the FOIA log for the year of 2017, hard copy. So I'm going to have to be sitting over here going through boxes of records.
That's what we want to do.
Okay. All recorded vacant properties, commercial and residential, 2017 to 2021.
We don't have a record that's showing that.
Does your corporation require your residents to record their property as vacant?
Yes.
Okay, so those are the records that I need.
We haven't had that service for that one, though.
Anyhow, I'll wait for the response. List roster of all employees include job duties, salaries, and titles, and I'm pretty sure if the attorney works for the corporation, their name will be included in here for an investigation. Please send most records in PDF format. The reason why I said most is because I'm also requesting lobby surveillance camera footage on today's date from that time frame. That camera right there, sir, I'm pointing it out to you so you have personal knowledge. Okay. These requests here, I'd like to receive them via email. FOIAauditor@gmail.com. Now, this request here I'd like to view in person. All emails sent and received by village manager, there's the name there, on this date. I'd like to inspect records in person in the same format they were created, because you know there's a statute about that. That if a person likes to view records in the same format they were created, so that means on a computer. I do not ask to view printed copies, as this employee refused to allow a member of the public to inspect records readily available. And I will also be doing one of these of the FOIA officer in the near future too. This way I'm now investigating the employees that work here, because this is beyond non-compliant now. This may be a suit in the court of law, and what I mean by beyond. It may be, being beyond may be a suit in the court of law. That's what I mean by beyond. We should always be legal here, lawful. We should abide by the statutes, but non-compliance from this corporation here, that's a bad look, sir. So this, I did not include any email. I want to view these in person. That means if I come here in the next 5 business days...
You can't demand to see things in person that are online, or on the internet, in the computer.
Oh yeah, I could ask to see these things in person. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to include my email. I'm going to write down here in person, since we want to go that route. In person. So here you have no email, and it's not demand, sir. It's not a demand. Let's not use that word there. What word specified in the FOIA Act is request. I am requesting. I am not demanding. Just because you don't want to see a member of the public here that in 100 years nobody ever came and investigated this town does not mean it's not healthy. It's very healthy to investigate these employees in person. So this means the last 100 FOIA requests received, all responses in determination. Right here I'm going to include the word, since I changed it from email, I'm going to include the word inspection, so you don't have to print these out. Inspection.
You're going to have to print some of them out because they're online. They're on the computer.
So you maintain an electrical? Okay.
Electronic copy.
Since you maintain an electronic copy, I'd like to view in the same format it was created, which is a state statute. The requester may request to view records in the same format they were created. Okay, all recorded vacant properties, you said there's none, there may be 2 or 3, that means 2 or 3 pages. List roster, that may be about 5 pages.
How am I supposed to get a hold of you when the things are ready?
Well, sir, I know within the next 5 business days there should be a response.
There might be a response that
No,
we're requesting.
there should be, right. So that means I come back here in the next 5 days, you hand me a piece of paper of a response that says we need another extension. So I come back in an additional 5 days after that. At that time, records should be...
That's what you want to do, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's just correcting you from saying you can't just come in here and demand it in person when it's online. Surely I can, and it's not demand, it's request. So I'm correcting you there, all respectfully speaking. I just don't like being lied to and have our employees